Hello there, and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. It's a match review to Leeds United 3, Hull City 1 at Elland Road on the 1st of April. No April Fools. Of course, Leeds got the 3 points on. It was April Fool's Day. It was also, of course, Easter Monday. A happy Easter for Leeds United in the end, although it started off on Friday, Good Friday, a little bit nervy, didn't it? But the 3 points on Easter Monday is what we wanted. And it's redemption for Dan James. He might not be able to score from 12 yards out. He can definitely score from 56.8 yards out. Fabulous moment for Dan. I know it wasn't for Wales, but that would have felt extremely good for him, and hopefully, you know, puts to bed that disappointment he had the other week with his country. So let's get into it then, and let's have a look at it. So Leeds obviously went into the game pressure on because Ipswich just keep rolling, don't they? Those wheels on that tractor just keep going and going and going. And a 97th minute winner for Ipswich against Southampton put them top of the league. They're still top of the league, but we had the opportunity to bounce back into the automatic places, which Leeds United duly took. Obviously, Southampton were on the end of that beating by Ipswich yesterday, which puts them probably out of the running for the automatic spots. You'd have to probably say that, or realistically, I know they've got a couple of games in hand, but I think realistically, you've got to say maybe it's a three horse race now, which I always thought maybe it was anyway. Southampton have run out of steam recently, over the last couple of months, and I think now it's between ourselves, Ipswich Town, and Leicester City as to who gets the two automatic spots. The one in third place is going to be mightily disappointed. It's going to have to take a mammoth effort for that club to get up for the playoffs, whichever one it might be. Fingers crossed it's not Leeds United. But let's get on to the game. Obviously, like I said, massive pressure, knowing that both Leicester and Ipswich Town had won earlier in the day. Leeds made one change, thank goodness. Liam Cooper was restored to his seat on the bench. Junior Firpo came in for him. He switched to left back. Ethan Ampadu dropped back into centre back alongside his pal Joe Rodon. And then Sam Byram switched to right back. And it was Sam that got us up and running. I didn't think over the first sort of few minutes or so Leeds United were playing especially well. But we got our noses in front in the 9th minute. It was the first time Leeds really opened up Hull. You know, little ball down into Crease Somerville on the left side of the penalty box. Had a shot, also the keeper saved it, but he sort of palmed it up into the air. And along came Sam Byram, blindsided Ryan Giles, didn't he, there, right back. Uh, yeah, right back on right back, wasn't it, really, there? Sorry, he's a left back, isn't he, Giles? Left back on right back. He headed it in from the few yards out. The keeper palms it into the side netting of the goal. I think it was already across the line, to be fair. And it's 1-0 on 9 minutes, and you think, here we are, then we've calmed ourselves down. Let's go and win routinely. It was anything but a routine for Leeds United last night. Hull City, who I thought, like I said, started okay, actually. I thought Leeds didn't have it their own way, all their own way, even before we scored. I thought Hull had a lot of the ball, even from the first kickoff. Um, and they just continued to press. Leeds United looked lethargic, looked lazy, looked knackered, to be fair. And I know Fark said after the game that the likes of Glenn Kamara was playing with an illness. Joe Rodon was playing on painkillers, and you could see it really. I think Sam Byram came to him, Daniel at half time and said, I cannot sprint anymore. I mean, the lads were done really. I mean, Byram in his best of days, hasn't got the best, fitness injury record, has he? We really need Connor Roberts to quicken up that injury and get back into the team because then it allows maybe Archie or even Eli Gruev, because that allows Archie to drop back into right back, allows Connor Roberts to be that kind of understudy or man to come in, because Byram, you know, good lad, obviously a graduate of the academy, but he's not the best of players. He did have a good game, though, I thought, yesterday with his goal. I thought as well he sort of had a few good blocks and really kept Jaden Philogene pretty quiet, you have to say, although he did have one or two openings, especially in that first half. I want to speak about the first half, really, because I thought it was really, really lethargic, like I said, really, really poor from Leeds United. We almost looked like the away side. I thought that we allowed Hull City a lot of possession. I think it was the most or the least possession, the least possession that Leeds United had in a first half of football. I think something silly like June 2020 or something like that. We barely had a kick, really. Hull looked very comfortable knocking it about. Didn't really do a great deal with it. And yet we had a fantastic opportunity to make it 2-0. I don't know when it was, maybe 20, 25 minutes or so. But again, it was probably only the second time we got behind Hull. I think it was Dan James who got the ball again on the left side of the penalty box, crossed it low for Bamford, who gets a touch on the ball, but he just spoons it over the crossbar from about 3 yards out. Didn't get enough purchase on the ball, and the ball goes over the top. And if he puts that in, I mean, if buts and maybes, but if he puts that in, it's 2-0 early, sort of 20, 25 minutes. The game's probably looking a lot different than it did actually eventually go. And you've got to, say that Hull would have had an absolute mountain to climb there. Anyway, like I said, Hull really get into the game, start passing it around nicely, start opening up quite a little bit of space in the Leeds United half. And, on 34 minutes, you're kind of cursing the team Liverpool because it's two of their on loan men at Hull, two of the red men on loan at Hull that combined for Hull City's equaliser, which was deserved at that stage, I felt. And it was coming. Leeds United really, really did need to wake up at that point. Um, yeah, just poor, wasn't it? I think Tyler Morton um, gets gets down that left hand side there, left arm, right Sam Byram sort of slipped, didn't wasn't quick enough to get towards him. He gets to the byline, gets the ball in, and the defending on this goal from Ethan Ampadu was shocking. Really, he's not, he can be criticised, although he has been absolutely fantastic on the whole over the course of the season. He can still be criticised. It was a really poor bit of defending, and Carvalho gets across him, pokes the ball, goes past, I think it hits Melier and goes past him, obviously, into the net. 1-1 on 34 minutes. And it's nothing more than Hull City deserved at that stage, I must admit. They were really pressing us. They were looking really good, really well organised, pressing, pressing, pressing. You have to give a lot of props to Liam Rosenior for the way that he set up his team, because Hull, although they were on the edge of the playoffs, I think with that defeat, really, it sort of ends their hopes of probably playoffs. Um, but they were pushing us hard last night. They really were, and we were lucky to get away from this game with 3 points. To be absolutely honest, because the first half ends, it's 1-1, but without really creating much. Like I said, Hull City were really, 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 giving us a game. We knew we had a game there. Leeds looked just lethargic and knackered, really, and it was difficult to see a way where Leeds would actually win this game. And I was calling for subs at half time, as mostly I always am, because it mostly needs changing, and he doesn't like to do it, does he? And it took him till the 70th minute to bring on Mateo Joseph. Hull I've seen some people say they didn't really create much. Yes, they did. I thought they did. I thought they, on another day, could have had at least two goals on, in that second half. There was Philogene effort that went narrowly wide. There was the Turkish lads' effort from the opposite side that went narrowly wide as well. And Leeds just couldn't pick out a pass, kept giving it away. Like I said, Ethan Ampadu had a poor game for me. Joe Rodon wasn't that much better, but like I said, he was playing on painkillers, and he did make an absolutely exceptional block right towards the end of the game, which we'll get on to. And we had an opportunity when Mateo Joseph, I think Firpo gets down the left hand side in the box, slips the ball in. Mateo Joseph just pokes it towards goal and it hits the post. But other than that, we are not really creating much. Firpo, from a resulting area, gets the header in, but it goes way wide of the goal. And then, we're getting on towards the end of the game, and you're thinking, gosh, looking like a point Leeds. We need better than this. And then Chris Somerville does what he does, a bit of magic, bursts past their defender Slater, Reagan Slater, who makes a silly challenge. It's a Stonewall penalty. Thank goodness the referees saw it the same way as well, because often they do not. But it was the right call, bundled over in the box in the 85th, 86th minute. And then there's a little bit of handbags in the Leeds United squad, isn't there? I know Daniel Farke squashed it, and rightly so. But as to who was going to take this penalty, Chris Somerville snatches the ball off Perot. There's a little bit of a argument. I know Daniel Farke did say it creates a sort of something like a competitive nature in the team, and it just shows the desire that the lads want to contribute to a winning side. Perot obviously wanted to get his goal. I don't think he scored since the win at Swansea in February, so yeah, he's obviously would like a goal, but Cree won the penalty, took the penalty, and scored the penalty right down the middle. I was cursing him for a moment and thinking, gosh, come on, you have to score. Luckily, he did, and the pressure's off a little bit then, although there still is a little bit of time. Incidentally, Chris Somerville is the first player since the 85-86 season to score on both Good Friday and Easter Monday. Go and get him a late Easter egg, won't you? Somebody there. Although I know he is very religious, isn't he, Cree? So yeah, hopefully, he will have had a good Easter, and he will get rewarded for them goals. He will definitely get rewarded, if I can speak, from the Leeds United faithful, I'm sure. And our church was absolutely alight with voices and noise when he hit that penalty into the net on the 87th minute. Leeds United were 2-1 to the good. But Leeds get a little bit sloppy for me in the last knockings of this game. Give away a corner kick. The goalkeeper, of course, comes up for it, Allsop. And what on earth is Jorginho Rutter doing on the edge of his own penalty box in the last knockings of the game? Gives away the ball last minute, into the last minute of the game. Gives away the ball. The Hull man gets a strike in on goal, and this is the sort of goal-saving, almost points-winning tackle block from Joe Rodon, who gets his big foot in the way, and then he goes behind the goal to the fans. Come on, he celebrates it like he scored a goal, like we often see him doing, to be fair. In for the cause. We need to sign him permanently. We really, really do. But yeah, he celebrates it like a goal. And then minutes later, we actually scored a goal. Well, seconds later, sorry, we actually scored a goal. Obviously, the ball, his block gets bounced out to Yo Perot, who gets an assist for this goal. Passes the ball to Dan James, and it's a first time effort from Dan. Like I said, 56.8 yards away from the goal, just inside the Hull City half. He sees Allsop running back. He just clips it Lovely stuff, right as it bounces right into the corner of the net. And that is game, set, and match. If it wasn't already for Leeds at that stage, which it obviously probably was. Adds gloss to an otherwise dull game, and we've got away with 3 points, Leeds fans. With Let me know how you felt. Obviously, Hull gave it a real good go. I don't know who they're playing on Saturday, but they'll probably lose that game. Well, it is often the case. You see it, the team put in so much against Leeds United and then just lie down in the next game and roll over. Let's see what happens with Hull City. But they've next to nothing to play for now. You would have said it would take a miracle for Hull to get into the playoffs from here. I think the last 6 games, no wins in 6. It's a little bit of a slump, but I do rate Rossini. I think he's done a very good job. They've got a good way of playing there, some good players, And any Hull fans, let me know. Did he go last night? How do you see sort of next season going? Can you make a push for promotion? Let's wait and see. But we get the points on Monday, Easter Monday evening, and thank goodness we did. Into second, a point off Ipswich. Coventry to come on Saturday. Come on, Leeds, let's have another one. Thanks a lot for watching. 15 games unbeaten and counting now. Let's bring it home. The last 6. It's the last 6 games. Come on, let's do it. Let's keep going. But thanks very much for watching. Hit the like button, of course. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my content and you're new and everything like that. Thanks a lot. Marching on together. Come on, Leeds. Another win. Let's go again against Coventry. I'll see you on the next one.